So how do you feel about farming? How do you feel about growing things? Is it important to you? It is important to me. As you can see, I have a garden, and behind me is my small little cornfield. But Donald Trump doesn't seem to put a lot of emphasis on farming. Doesn't care. Doesn't matter to him. Somebody will get him his food. He doesn't have to work for it. And there's a problem with America's farms right now that we need to address. Hi, I'm David Tomsic. And as I said, you can see I have corn here. Not a lot, about 12 rows by 12 rows. And it's getting to a point where harvest time is near, and I want to show you. This is one of the stalks. This is one of the ears right here. Very soon, these things will be ready to harvest. Very close right now. Again, there's something special about farming, about growing things. I am not a farmer. I wished I was in many ways. I have corn, squash, zucchini, tomatoes, potatoes, peppers. And we do it because we are self-sufficient to some degree. We don't really have to rely on going to the store all summer. I wished I knew how to can, and I might grow more if I did know how to can. Maybe it's just that I'm lazy with that. But farming is hard. Growing things is hard. But Donald Trump seems to think it's not a problem. Let's talk about it. Here's our studio dog, Zoe. She's relaxing out here in the patio. She loves it outside. And of course, we're going to have a good time here doing a video. Then we'll go for a walk. Then it's off to the agricultural fair in Washington, which I love. So let's get on here. Now, as you can see, my cornfield, as big as it really is behind me. Now, I love watching that corn grow. America has farms full of corn throughout this country. There are also many other products that are farmed in America. But Donald Trump doesn't seem to think that's important. No, he doesn't. Now, farmers supported him in a big way. That's right. As I mentioned in my videos, and I just did a video about immigration. It's out right now. I have a link in the description box. Please watch it. It pertains to this as well. Donald Trump wants to deport everybody. Everybody. See, because they're undocumented. And they use that word a lot, if not illegal. You know, all the right-wing people that just hate these people. Some never even met an immigrant. Some of these people, if not most of these people, never met an immigrant, but they hate them. They're undocumented. Well, they have a lot of jobs right now that we need them to fill. And one of them's farming. Now, Donald Trump, in his wisdom, because his people say he's a super genius. Now, hold on. I know someone's going to send me a comment about Joe Biden. Those of you talking about Joe Biden, don't bother. Joe Biden, maybe you don't know this, he's no longer president. It's over. Everything now is under Donald Trump. Okay? Just in case you couldn't figure that out, because some people can't. But Donald Trump has an issue that people that have farms need help to actually pick those vegetables and fruits out of the fields and off the trees. Now, for decades and decades, did I say decades? Immigrants have come up here. They come here and they pick the fruit and the vegetables off the trees and off the plants in the field. This is not an easy job, especially when it's 100 degrees. It's not. Listen, I want to tell you, this small little patch I have, it's a lot of work. Some of the days have been in the 90s, and the evenings have been in the high 80s with humidity. I was in there digging up weeds, pruning, harvesting some things. It's not easy. I can't imagine doing this on a scale that is unimaginable to me. But Donald Trump, friend of the farmer, basically is screwing them as hard as he can because he doesn't care. You see, the mistake made about Donald Trump is he's given the impression that he really cares about America. But he really cares about the America where white people are rich. Everybody else, not so much. Well, farming's important in America. It's the biggest, most important industry we have. No, not AI. No, not manufacturing. Everybody wants to go make something and build something and get a big paycheck for sitting in front of a computer. Without farming, you can't eat. Have you figured that one out yet? Have you? So why are we doing this to immigrant, basically farm workers? Because they're brown. So right now I have a nice tan, and I can get brown. People say, oh man, you're dark. But because they think, well, I'm an American, doesn't matter. At least I think they think that. But if you're brown and you're from Mexico or Guatemala or Venezuela, you're a criminal because you're undocumented. And we don't want you here. Even though we're going to bite our nose off to spite our face, we don't want them here. And that's Donald Trump's people. Get them all out. All 11 million of them. Well, then who's going to pick the fields? Do you know? Well, there was a solution. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This shows how stupid this man is. And those of you that like Donald Trump and supported him and voted for him, you voted for one of the stupidest men in American history that held an office. And there was a lot of stupid people that held offices in this country. Now, this is from the magazine Politico. Trump teased a solution for farmers. Teased it. Is not likely coming soon. Now, the president's remarks underscore the concern that any allowance for undocumented workers would cause political blowback. See, it's all about politics to him. Even though people say he's not a politician. Well, he is a politician. Game show host politician. Worse yet, game show host. Put that first, because that's what he basically is. He's not real. He's a caricature, a cutout. But I digress. Okay, so, see, as crazy as he is, and as stupid as he is, he has people that he listens to that literally hate everybody that isn't like them. Oh, hate. And I mean the word hate. I'm not holding back. I'm not going to qualify it and say, well, you really don't know that you hate them. You don't think you do, but you do. You hate them. You hate immigrants. And some of you literally have never seen an immigrant. It's funny. I laugh. I talk to a lot of people, and many of them, probably most, have never seen an immigrant. What? They haven't. If you're in a richer area, you haven't. And maybe you've seen one and didn't recognize him or her as an immigrant. But even though they've never really seen one or kind of was involved with an immigrant, they hate them. Get them out. Because they've been told so many times, the narrative, the building of the narrative for decades, that these people are evil. Evil people. They're illegal. They're undocumented. I just want to take a minute here to let you know we have a sister channel. It's called Nights Around the Fire. It's a Bigfoot favorite. It's about mysteries, legends, and myths. There's a link in the description box. I'm sure you'll enjoy the videos. It's hosted by me, Ashley Hamilton, and Sue Taylor. You'll love the girls. They're great at what they do. So go over to the channel and watch the videos and like, subscribe, and share them as well. I'm sure you'll enjoy it as much as Bigfoot enjoyed it. Let's get back to this video. And let me read now a little bit from this article. It's from My Award and Jake Traylor. President Donald Trump keeps saying he'll solve the political fraud problem of reconciling the need for undocumented farm labor with the mass deportation plan. Now, the person that plays 37-dimensional chess like people believe he does should have known this was coming 2 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, that this is how it works. There should have been a way to solve this problem well before today. It's harvest season. It's August. We're halfway through August, people, just about. It's harvest time in many places. The farther north you go, the earlier the harvest. September, technically, is what everybody thinks begins the harvest. And now you're figuring out that you need people to pick the crops? How stupid is this man and the people who work for him? Now it goes on to say, but the White House does not appear close to a policy decision, and farmers are getting frustrated with the delays. Now in my video about immigration, migrants, and other videos, I talk about my area here. My county was once a very big agricultural county. This week is the agricultural fair. I'm there every day, and I get to talk to a lot of people. It became a right-wing basically mess last year with the election. There were signs on every barn. Of course, farmers loved Donald Trump. And I've talked about how I drive up country roads and see signs for him. Meanwhile, he's letting them have it in the you-know-where. And they just smile. But the ones who now have to go pick crops are going, wait a minute. Where'd all the people go that pick the crops? In Texas, they're not showing up. Less and less of them. They're hiding or they went home. You wanted them to go home, they did. But they left the crops in the field. Dumbass. I'm going to read some more of the article. Hold on. It goes on to say here, my understanding is they still really haven't put pen to paper, said a person close to the White House. Even as angst grows, my understanding is they really haven't put pen to paper, said a person close to the White House. Even as angst grows among the nation's farmers, no new policy is imminent, according to White House aides, farm lobbyists, and people familiar with the discussions. Border czar Tom Homan, talk about a standing joke, Tom Homan, also told reporters this week that no formal policy has been agreed to. There is the possibility that Trump could just come out with an executive order. Why not? Instructing the agencies to come up with some sort of plan to help out the farmers. But there still seems to be a lot of discussion about how they're going to do it, said the person close to the White House. Okay, let me stop here. How complicated is this, you idiot? We've been doing this, as I said, for literally freaking decades. Decades. What's the problem here? Are you so incompetent, so full of hate, so politically corrupt that you can't figure out that the people who voted for you, that stood by you, even though they knew they were going to take one, can't get help for themselves right now? Can't get crops picked in their fields? Crops that have been picked by immigrant labor for decades? The Trump administration said no program has been finalized, but Trump's tease underscores the concern that any allowance for undocumented workers would cause political blowback, both from the base and from hardliners inside the administration. The president's aides have spent weeks on defense, repeatedly vowing there was no amnesty for undocumented immigrants. So they're not going to give them amnesty. So you're going to work as slaves for us. You're not going to get amnesty, and then we're going to toss your asses out of the country, and when we tell you you can come back and work, when we tell you you can work, if we tell you you can work. I can't read the rest of this. It's disgusting. Donald Trump is disgusting. And those that think it's okay, he's okay, I don't believe what you say, Dave. I don't agree with you because you don't understand how great this man is, that God set him apart from everyone to destroy America. To fix America. These people who say this to my face, not many say it to my face. They're afraid. They better be afraid. And those that behind my back, or to somebody I know, these people are clueless. They've redefined the definition of clueless. Their pictures are in a group next to that word because you have no idea what's going on. Literally nothing. You're filled with hate. You're judgmental. You want what you want as a white person. You want what you want, right? You don't know that, maybe. Maybe you are clueless into what's really happened there, but you're still responsible. You're held responsible. You can't use the excuse that I didn't know because you've been told. You've been so told by me right here on this channel. And if you're too dumb to realize it, the consequences will be severe. Severe. You may think you got the cat's meow right now. There's a growing number of people across this country that are joining with me to say, that's enough. No more games, people. No more hatred. We're going back to the way it should be. Opening this country up to people who need us. People from war-torn areas, from drought areas, from famine areas, who are threatened, whose lives are at risk. Not just white people, but anybody. And if you want to set up a way to get them to be citizens, we'll do it. We'll put all of our effort and money into that. We'll solve that problem. Doesn't seem like a hard one to solve. And if you're a criminal, yes, you'll be arrested and deported. But if you're here and working, you're here because you love this country now and it's good to you and you want to do your best to prove you are worthy of being here, you're in. We want you. We need you here. There's plenty of farms that need help. There's plenty of construction sites that need help. Hospitality, food services. But these people have worked at for decades. And many of them will go to school, go to college, and become whatever they want to be because there's opportunity here. There's opportunity no matter how you started, whether it's as an immigrant farmer or someone that worked at a hotel reception desk. There's opportunity for you here beyond that. And we have to believe that. That's what America's always been about. This hatred of everybody and everything that right-wing people, right-wing white people don't like, that should be over. We're going to put an end to that. We're going to put an end to that hatred. I'm here on this show. Whether you're undocumented or not, we care about you. We want what's best. And yes, if you're a criminal, we'll make sure you leave. We'll make sure you're punished. But that's a very small amount of people. The vast majority of people that have come here for freedom, for the same reasons our forefathers came here. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos. Don't forget to squash that like button here. Show the Google algorithm you love the videos. Go over to Nights Around the Fire, squash the like button on those videos, enjoy them all. Don't forget to love your neighbor as yourself, and keep in mind, we're here for all Americans. Thanks, and we'll see you next time right here on Bigfoot's favorite YouTube channel, The David Tomsic Show. Thank you.